Alright, traders, let's explain how the expert advisor works with the restrictions and limitations imposed by the broker's trading server. One thing that apparently not everyone knows is that each broker, for each account type, for each chart, each instrument, has a set of restrictions which you can easily find, and from now on, by the way, they are displayed on the chart for the RobotFX Auto Recovery as well as for the RobotFX Fluid, starting with version 8.0. So you can see if your trade will be allowed or not. And we'll focus on two of the most important. These are the MINLOT, the minimum lot size allowed, and the LOTSTEP. And what they mean is the MINLOT. It's the minimum lot size allowed by the broker for each trade, real or pending trade that you want to place on the chart. And the lot size of the trade must be at least the min lot size. Okay. There's also maximum lot size. So if you all try to place a lot size bigger than 100 for this chart or this example, of course, the expert of the broker server will refuse that order, and you will get an error message back with an error number, and you not know why. Well, that's why the min lot size was probably smaller. So let's say you will try to trade 0.005. Why did I click? And by the way, from now on, you will have the option to choose the testing lot size within the expert advisor. And you can choose, and you should choose different settings, different lot size for each pair. Test it before you trade live and find your own hedging settings. Now, again, this testing lot size applies only for the first trade, that random trade that the expert advisor opens when in the strategy tester. And if I choose one lot size that is smaller than the minimum lot size, this is the new thing that happens from this version on, that will happen. The expert advisor will round that lot size, so it will be at least equal to the minimum lot, 0.01, and a multiple of the lot step, 0.01 again. Well, 0.01, its minimum, and divides by itself. Okay, and then it will trade normal accordingly. By the way, it will do the same with the pending orders. The pending orders, the hedge orders placed on the chart, it will do the same with them. It will not warn you about this. It doesn't make sense to send more alerts. But for this, for my settings, this sell stop should have been, I think, 0.015 or something like that, 0.015. However, the expert advisor rounded that value so it can be a multiple of the lot step. Otherwise, the broker server would have just refused that order, and then we wouldn't have been covered. We wouldn't be able to place that hedge. So the expert advisor rounds this number, so it will be comfortable with that pair, that setting, and it does so with each trade placed on the chart. It will round the number. For this pair, we cannot have 3 digits, can have only 2. Okay, that's one thing. Let's leave this to 0.05, and change the chart to a normal chart. Same EURUSD, but not micro. Where is it? Because I already downloaded the history bars and it's faster. And here we have an error because 0.005 it's neither equal, at least equal to minimum lot size, nor it is a multiple of the lot step, and the expert advisor cannot round it so much that it will be equal. It will be a multiple of the lot step. It will be a value too high, and in this case, it won't do anything. You will have to change the lot size. Let's say you make it 0.8. 0.08 is bigger than the minimum lot size, it's okay from that point of view, but it is not a multiple of 0.01, and so the expert advisor rounds it. It rounds 0.08 and instead it places the random order 0.1, and now it's a multiple of the lot step. And then it trades the same, normally opens hedge orders and so on. Okay. All right, and basically what you have to do, for each pair that you want to trade, for each account type, each broker, test this on the demo account, play with the testing lot size, and also try it on each pair again that you would like to trade. Try it on demo first, see how it works, and find your settings. Let's try one more, just for the sake of explaining things better. Where's gold? Metals. Alright, there it is. And gold seems to work, the micro account. How about we leave this the same, 0.1, and we choose coffee futures. Nothing happened. The expert advisor wasn't allowed to open the trade. And by the way, you will also get much more details. If something wrong happens, you get much more the errors in the logs. The expert log explains error number, description, why that happened, and so on. Because our trade size is 0.1, and again the minimum lot size is 1, the lot step is 1, the expert advisor cannot round it that much. However, it will round it if it's bigger than 0.5, right? In that case, it will round it. And it will make it at least 1. And then place the pending orders accordingly. And everything works fine again. Everything was fine again, except that for the last trade that should have happened here, the lot size was too big and we didn't have enough money in our testing account. Okay, so this is what I was telling you about the errors. The errors are now much detailed, and you will get if something happens, not enough money, you will get the error number and the error description. You'll know why something bad happened. Well, hopefully nothing bad will happen if you will take, I don't know, 10 minutes before and try your settings on a demo account or in the strategy tester at least. Okay. Anyway, I hope you understood. I hope you understood how the trading works with this restrictions, these limitations imposed by the broker. And well, before I close this, I end this video, I'll tell you again, whenever you place a trade on the chart, be it an open trade, sell, buy, or a pending order, limit, buy, stop, that order, the lot size of that order must, first of all, be a multiple of the lot step. Technically, here I can trade 0.01, 0.02, 0.03, but if I would try to trade 0.001, I will not be allowed. I'll get an error. And it also must be bigger than the MINLOT, the minimum lot size, which is 0.01 for this pair. And it must also be smaller than the maximum lot size, smaller than 100. Alright? Okay. If you have any other questions regarding the Auto Recovery Expert Advisor, that we just tested. And by the way, this applies to the hedge zone part and the hedge fluid part of the RobotFX Fluid Expert Advisor as well. It's the same algorithm, the same mechanism. If you have questions, something that you didn't understand, then watch the video again and again. I'm just joking. Send me an email, go to the website, or leave a message there on the contact page, and I will try to explain it hopefully better. Until then, good luck trading, and bye-bye.